Good morning. Hi, everyone. Happy Labor Day. Um, so I was just talking about my 13-year-old, and he had some friends over the other night. Um, and that 13 is like the age where like one day they walk into the house and like if you haven't seen them in a couple of months, all of a sudden they're like 4 inches taller and their voice is 3 octaves lower, and you're like, oh my God, holy cow, kids you've known since they're like 2 years old, and you're like, oh my goodness. So there was that moment of that with some of these kids that we had. And then morning, John, morning, Risha. And then what was so delightful was that instead of defaulting to the video games, which is often what happens, and it's fine, whatever, they play video games, but they like set up this huge game of manhunt all over my neighborhood. I was texting neighbors like, I'm sorry, the kids are in. They're like, no, it's great, kids are running around outside. Yeah, so they were like manhunt and basketball and football and just being like kids. So on one hand it was like they were like many of them look a lot more mature than I've seen them in the last couple of months. And on the other hand, they're out, just being like little kids, which I loved. And I was thinking about how, this is sort of the age where things start to get more serious in school and the assignments mean more. And there's a little more weight and importance put on thinking about getting to high school and what, and they lose some of that play. We all lost some of that sense of play, which is okay and necessary on some levels. And then on other level, it's like we want to still cultivate that, even for ourselves as adults. We want to have things that are just play for the sake of play. So instead of Labor Day today, we're going to call it Play Day today, which is really what it is, right? It's the day off, and you're supposed to just be out doing something fun. And in the yoga scriptures, the teaching is that the universe itself, like everything in creation, has come into being because of the divine's play. That we are the divine, not his, but the divine's playthings in a way. That we are here to live out, like that's our birthright. That's what we're here to do. And so when we are engaging in joy, it's like a feeding back into that feedback loop of joy. And we know that when we law of attraction, or however you want to say it, is, like attracts like. And so when we're connecting to joy, we find more joy. When we're connecting to playfulness, we find more playfulness. Because of course we can look out into the world and see all sorts of things. We can look inside ourselves and see all sorts of things. But the reality is that sense of, that what we need, what we want for ourselves, because really we're seeking the felt experience of it, right? The sensory experience of fun, of joy, of play. Everybody wants that. And that is already within us. When we practice yoga, it's not that we're gaining something, it's not that we are creating something. It's that we are just simply remembering that this is already part of who we are. And we can just uncover that part of ourselves. So if you're there, if you're like good, joyful, playful, good, just go with that. Have a great time. Whatever, be in it, savor it. Because sometimes we don't, sometimes it's like things are good and we forget to be like, oh, things are actually good right now. Like I can just take a deep breath and be with that. Sometimes we're like pre-worrying. I have my mom is a pre-worrier. Do you know a pre-worrier, where you're like, things are great, but you're like, but what might happen? So don't do pre-worrying. If the joy is there, do joy. And if it's not, and playfulness is not there for you right now, that there's this idea of act as if, which is not to say fake it till you make it. It's not to say if because really, if we could just say, oh, I'm going to be happy today, and that would be it, I'd be out of a job, and therapists would be out of a job, and all sorts of people would be out of a job, right? It'd be great if we could just think our way into that. But the idea is, and what we practice when we're doing our yoga, is to remember that the sensory, that felt experience is there within us, and that we have to just pay attention to it, And so it's not act as if you can do something you can't. You either can or you can't, of course. But act as if you are still powerful and accomplished, whether the thing that you want to happen is happening or not. Act as if you are capable, whether you can do the thing that we're doing in that moment or not. Act as if internally, right? That you have everything that you need, that the entire universe is conspiring on your behalf. That you can do no matter what's happening. And the more you do it, the more you pay attention to it, then the more it shows up for you, right? Reality starts to reflect that back. When you're like, woe is me, life is hard, things are terrible, life reflects that to you. And the opposite is true as well. Okay. Because the reality is it's all true. It's just where we want to put our energy, All right. So close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. And just take some deep breaths and appreciate being able to come to a yoga class on a Monday morning, to be able to be with yourself in this way and do some self-care, self-love. Appreciate being able to just show up and roll on around on the floor because, really, what's more playful than that? When do we ever get to do that unless we come to yoga? Just begin to connect to an inner sense of wholeness, of completeness. In yoga, we call that purnatva. It means needing nothing outside of what you already have. Because even though we might feel a lack, we might feel a deficiency in some way, that is a created experience. Bring your hands together at your heart. Begin with our chant. We'll chant 3 ohms, and then we chant 3 times through Om Namah Shivaya, and we end with an om. If you'd like to join, take in a deep breath. Namah Shivaya, Ave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya, Ave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Maya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya, Ave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Nirambaya Tejase. Bow your head to your heart, to the joy, to the playfulness that is right there inside of you. And as you're ready, release your hands, open your eyes. All right, come on out to hands and knees, all 4s. And just start with some warm-ups, whatever that looks like for you. Some cat and cow, some circling hips, some leg lifts. See what wants to happen, wants to flow forth. Move with your breath. Move with the intention to connect to joy, whatever that feels like, looks like, is for you. And then let's meet together. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Bring your knees a little closer together. And especially if your shoulders are on the tighter side, trend a little wider with your hands. It's a little gentler on the shoulders, especially early in practice. All right, stretch your right leg back, tuck your toes under. Notice how the weight wants to drop towards the pinky side of your foot. So press a little more to the big toe side, and then just rock forward and back a few times. So push into the heel, stretch the calf, and then rock forward into the fingertips, stretching the wrists, and then just back and forth like that a few times, forward and back. As you're coming forward and the weight is coming into your hands, grip your finger pads down so that the weight is not dumping into the wrists and your fingers are taking some of the weight. Okay, good. Then land with shoulders right over wrists and take your toes up off the floor. Breathe in here. As you exhale, tap your toes over to the right and look to the right. Inhale, float the leg up. Exhale, tap left. Look left. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap right. Inhale and exhale, cross over. One more time. Maybe lift the leg a little higher. Tap a little closer to your hand and then up and cross and hold in the cross position, toes on the floor. Once again, press to the big toe side of your foot. Take your right hand, a hand print forward on your mat. So just take the hand forward a little bit. Good. And then let your hips shift a little bit to the right. Draw your navel up towards your spine, your front ribs up towards your back ribs. Look over your left shoulder and take a big breath into the whole right side of your body, opening up space in the body, opening up space for joy to expand into. Drop your back knee right where it is. Walk your hands out in front, shift your hips back, and then walk your hands over to the right a little bit and pull your left hip back a little bit more. So the stretch is more in the left side body now. That's it. Your hips can go back as far or as not far as they want to go. Towards the floor is fine if your knees are feeling cooperative this morning. All right, inhale, shift forward and just center yourself on your mat. Take your left leg back behind you. Stretch the leg straight. Good, and then pulse forward and back a few times. Pressing evenly inner heel, outer heel. Pressing evenly inner hand, outer hand as you rock forward. Keeping your finger pads, your fingerprints pressing down. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Float your toes up off the mat. On your next exhale, tap over to the left, look left. Inhale, float your leg up. Exhale, tap to the right. Inhale, float the leg up. Exhale, tap left. Inhale, float the leg up. Exhale, cross. One more with breath. Maybe a little higher, bring the leg up and then cross as deeply as you can. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Take your left hand in front of you, one hand print. Look over your right shoulder. Draw your navel towards your spine. Let your hips lean a little bit left. Stay on the big toe. Keep your big toe on your right foot really, left foot really grounded. So you're getting a nice stretch into the whole left side of your body. Then drop your knee, knee behind knee, hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands a little bit left. Let your hips feel heavy, not in a way that puts pressure into your knees, but that gives a little more opening into the hips. even though this is actually closing the hips, which is also an important thing to do. Okay, inhale, come on back up to tabletop. Find your way into downward facing dog. And then just take your first couple of breaths in dog pose to do some dog warm-ups. What does that look like, feel like? You know, we're all seeking that feeling of joy. We are all seeking whatever it is we think we want in our lives, you know, whether it's an ice cream cone or a new pair of yoga pants or a new job or a new dog or whatever it is. We want it because we think it's going to make us happy, right? That's why we want it. I'll feel better when. The reality is that feeling, the more we can connect to that feeling in whatever situation we find ourselves in, the more we act as if, the more that feeling shows up, the more those opportunities present themselves. And my oldest would say, that's hippy dippy nonsense, Mom. But I will tell you, it is absolutely, my life has proven that to me 1,000 times, 1,000 times, you guys. Inhale, come to plank. Keep your navel lifting towards your spine. Pull your hands in towards each other so the muscles in the front of your chest are working. Tone your glutes and your legs really strongly. Then keep all that. Go back to dog again. And then imagine you have like a hammock lifting your belly up towards the ceiling. Flow forward into plank again. Do all those things. So the belly lifts, the arms sweep towards each other, glutes tone, legs tone. Exhale, dog. Good. One more time, same thing. Resist your belly away from the floor. We're going to lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. You can always put your knees down first. Exhale to your belly. Good. Take your arms out in front of you. I'm going to move this out of our way. Stretch your arms out like Superman arms in front. Just take a moment to soften into the floor, to just appreciate, again, being able to just lay around on the floor. My friend sent me something the other day that said, you know, if you take out the yoga philosophy, Shavasana is just a bunch of strangers napping on the floor together, you know? And there's a lot of that in yoga, right? And aren't we lucky that we get to do that? Okay, make your legs nice and strong. On your next inhale, lift your upper body, arms too, and then squeeze your elbows in and back behind you. Good. Inhale, send your arms out back in front. Exhale and release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, release. Couple more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows in and back. Inhale forward, release down. Good. Last one, lift up and hold. Take your outer shoulder blades in more, your inner shoulder blades in more. Take your chest, your breastbone forward, lengthen your neck, the back and the front. Take your hands to the mat, lift up any amount more, cobra. Exhale, lower down a little bit. Squeeze your elbows in, shoulders back. Inhale, lift a little higher, whatever that looks like for you. Good. Exhale, lower down a little bit. Inhale, lift up a little more. Keep your shoulders back, elbows in. That's more important than getting the arms straight. Good. Exhale, release, turn your cheek to the side and breathe right where you are. All right. Now we're going to do the lower body version. So leg lifts. I was getting the upper body back muscles turned on. Now lower body. You're going to take your hands, palms up, tuck them underneath you. Tuck them under your legs. Arms straight. Yeah, chin to the floor or forehead to the floor. Either way, whatever feels comfortable. Traditionally, it's the chin, but that doesn't feel great on everybody's neck. All right, squeeze your legs together. Inhale, lift your legs as high as you can. Exhale, lower and back down. Lift from your thighs. Don't bend your knees. Inhale, legs up. That's it. Exhale, lower down. Couple more. And lower. And last one, lift as high as you can. Hold, and then do 5 taps. Squeeze your legs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Legs down. Release your arms. It's not a good one to do with a watch on. All right, back up into downward facing dog. Remember to take the watch off before that one. All right. So we're going to focus on not on a pose today, but on an action today. And the action is stepping forward into a lunge from the back of the mat, which for some of you are going to be like, yeah, I could do that like 100 times a day. And if that's the case, great, good for you. You'll still get a lot out of this class. If it's not the case, these actions are going to help you get better at. So we're just going to do a little test here. Take your right leg up behind you. Good. And then just step it up between your hands. Do it. Or as close to between your hands as you can. Just see where you get to. Okay, good. Squeeze your legs together. Press back through your back leg. Bend into your front knee. Lengthen your spine. Okay, plant your hands. Step back to dog. Left leg up behind you. This is just the tester. Okay, step it up. Good. Hold here for a breath. Back leg long, spine long. Front heel down. So wherever you land, you want to get that front heel down. When you're on the toes, it puts a lot of pressure into the knee. If your knee doesn't bother you, it's okay, but try to have the hand down. Okay, we're going to step forward now. Uttanasana. Forward bend. Make your legs strong. Firm your muscles. Press your fingertips down and let your spine just spill over. Legs stay strong, but let your back muscles relax. Your shoulders relax. Let your neck and your face soften. Lengthen your spine, rise up with your breath. Reach and stretch up. Exhale and release your arms. Okay, good. So there's a couple of things that are going to make this easier. Hang on, I'm just trying to turn the music down a little bit. So 2 actions in your body that help to bring that knee forward. One of them is here, ribs back. So it's not just around, right? It's not like a collapsed bag posture situation. It's a sort of knitting together. You guys feel that? Like if you had a corset and you like pulled the string tight, like those front ribs would knit in, right? And then the second one is a little bit of a posterior tilt of your pelvis. So if your pelvis is a bowl and you were tipped forward, that's an anterior tilt, right? The bowl would spill water down the front. Posterior tilt, it would spill water down the back. So we want a little more of that posterior tilt, not erasing the curve in your spine. So I say this with a caveat. If you tend to have a very rounded back, do this all with a grain of salt. You know, I have a very bendy back, so I have to do a lot of it. And that's what helps get the knee up. So try it once with your back arch. Hands on your hips, back arch. Good. Lift your knee, right knee. Yep, put that one down. Lift up your left knee. So it goes up, right? Okay, now front ribs back, tailbone down, tone your belly, tone your pelvic floor. Keep your shoulders back, right knee up. Goes a whole lot farther, right? I mean, mine does. Does yours? Yeah? Left leg. Okay, do a little marching. Walk up, walk forward. Try to keep shoulders back, ribs back, glutes, tailbone down, walk forward. Lift your knee as high as you can. Walk back. As you walk back, your back's going to want to arch. You have to work it a little harder. Okay, good. Land, come to neutral, come to the front of your mat. Put blocks in front of you, especially if your hamstrings are on the shorter side. You may need them for some things, and then we don't have to go hunting around for them later. So find Tadasana. Again, if you tend to be in a more sort of rounded position, this stuff is happening in your body pretty easily, but you want to tone your belly, everybody, tone your belly, tone your pelvic floor. If your back is on the bendier side, front ribs back, tailbone down more, shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms to the sky, reach up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips, flow forward. On your next inhale, lengthen your spine. Come up halfway. You can go hands up onto your shins. Work those back muscles like we did in Superman's, lifting off the floor. Good. Exhale. Now let them all go and round. Step your right knee back to the back of your mat. Drop your knee back down. We're going to just lift and drop that back knee a few times. So you're going to keep your right knee over your left knee over your ankle. And as you exhale, dip your knee down, back knee. And then as you inhale, press it up straight. Exhale, dip your knee down. You can do this with hands on blocks. That's fine. Blocks can be at whatever height. One more time. Lift it up. Exhale, dip it down. Let it come all the way down. If you need to grab a blanket or fold your mat over for your knee, do that. Then pulse your heel to your butt. And then tap your toes down. And then pulse your heel to your butt. And tap your toes down. Keep your hips forward, that front knee bending. One more time. Hold, hold. Good. Plant your right hand. Left hand to your left knee, twist left. Keep hugging your heel to your hip. Stay here or reach back with your left hand. Catch your foot behind you if you can reach. And if you can't, you just stay in that position. That's it. Hug your heel in nice and close. Move your left shoulder back. Curl your head back. Good. Now push your foot back behind you. Curl your head and shoulders back even a little bit more of a back bend, a little more shoulder stretch if you're holding your foot. Good. Exhale and release your foot down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Hold in your dog or come through vinyasa. Plank, chaturanga, back bend, and back to dog. Find your way to Uttanasana. Forward bend, step forward. Lengthen your spine, come on all the way up. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart, close your eyes. Remember the intention to be seeking joy. Notice if joy seeps out or moves into the background when things get harder to do on your mat, when there are things that are harder to do, and see if you can still stay connected to that feeling and feel that sense of capability and accomplishment and power, and feel that in your belly as you tone your belly, tone your pelvic floor. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, left leg back. So we're going to keep hands on the floor. If you want to come into a longer stance than you would if we were coming up, that's a nice time to do it when we keep the hands down. Exhale, dip your back knee down. Inhale, press it back up. Exhale, dip it down. Risha, can you get your front foot on the floor? Go higher on your blocks if you need to, and take your foot a little more forward. Good. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, dip it down. All the way down. Good. Pulse your back heel up now. Squeeze your heel to your butt. Tap it down. Heel to butt. Tap it down. One more time, heel to butt. Hold it. Plant your left hand. Right hand to your right knee. Twist right. Move your bottom shoulder back, your top shoulder back. Stay here or reach back, catch your foot behind you. Pull your heel to your butt, either with your hand or just using your leg. Pull your heel to your butt. Yeah, nice. That's it. Good. And then take it into a little bit more of a back bend. Keep your ribs moving back, belly strong, curl your head and shoulders back, kick your foot back behind you. Nice. Exhale, release your foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Hold here or flow through a vinyasa. Find your way to standing at the front of the mat, Uttanasana, forward bend, and come to a standing rest for a moment. So soften your knees, rest your belly on your thighs. You can either turn your palms up, rest the backs of the hands on the floor, or if you want like that extra weight, hold opposite elbows. Good, then hands to the floor. Stretch your legs straight. Hands can be on blocks, of course. Now walk your hands back next to your feet or farther back, closer to your feet. Of course, you can go behind your feet if you have that flexibility. And then push your fingertips forward wherever you are, on the blocks, on the floor, forward, back. Push your fingertips forward and dome your belly back and release the back of your neck. Yeah. Okay, good. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Come on all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale and lengthen.
Exhale, step your right leg back. Lunge pose. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. If it feels more stable to keep hands on the floor, stay there, or else take your arms up. So we're calling this an all levels class. I'm trying to give a lot of options of different things. So stay in your lane. Back leg strong, bend your front knee over your ankle. Lift your torso upwards. Good. Exhale, hands down to the floor. You may want blocks for this one. We're going to bend and straighten the front knee a few times, but I want you to do it thinking about what your belly is doing. So I want you to feel like your belly is lifting up and back and pulling your hips back, and that's why your leg is straightening. So it's different than just pushing into your foot and straightening your leg. Do you feel that? So straighten your leg, pull your belly up and back, and let your front leg come to straight. And then let the front knee bend as you inhale and extend your spine forward. And then as you exhale, navel to spine, pelvic floor lifts, lift up and let it pull you back into a straight leg. Then inhale, rebend, and do one more and hold, lift in the belly. So much that that front leg straightens. Good, then send your back heel down a little bit more. And then same thing we did in the forward bend Uttanasana, push your fingertips forward, let your belly dome up away from your thigh. Draw your front ribs back, navel back. Okay, we're gonna take this into triangle pose. So turn your back foot out, spin down your heel. And then we're gonna open the right arm up to the sky. You can keep your hand on the floor or a block, or you can just hop your hand up onto your leg if that's a better position for you, but you wanna get your spine nice and long. That's it. Straighten out both legs. Push down into your feet from your pelvis. Extend energy down into the floor. Extend energy from your pelvis to the crown of your head so your spine lengthens, and then rotate and look up a little bit more. Now sweep your top arm over your ear. Reach towards the front of the room or the front of your mat. Okay, you can stay here, or you want to challenge yourself. Hover your bottom hand up off the floor like you're holding a giant beach ball over your head. Pull up through your legs, pull into your belly. Good, push to your feet, come all the way up. Cartwheel back, right hand to right leg. Left arm reaching back behind you. That's it. Now keep leaning back in your upper body. Let your left knee bend. Pull your left heel towards your left sit bone. Good. Lean yourself back. Any amount more. Inhale, come up to warrior two. Hold and breathe. If your tendency is for your belly to sort of splay forward and your back to be very arched, engage the front ribs in. Everybody, tone your pelvic floor, tone your low belly. Cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, spin your back heel up again. Yes, plant your right hand. Grip your fingers down into the mat. And then twist to the left. Take your left arm to the sky. You can stay here, or you can take it into Vashisthasana. Spin down your right foot, any version of Vashisthasana you like. If that's a lot for you, then just stay in that twist. Yep. Okay. Step back to lunge. Step forward. Use that lift of the belly. Okay. And then to dog pose. All right, good. Hold there. Take a rest if you need one, or come through a vinyasa if you want to move a little bit. Moving is not always better. More is not always better. Sensation is not always better. I feel like we want those things, and that's okay. You can want those things as long as it's bringing us to play and to joy, not because we think we're supposed to. Instead of doing the right thing, right? Quote unquote, the right thing. Can we do the thing that lights us up inside, that nourishes our soul? Because that's what play is, really. It's soul food. It's not going to do your dishes or pay your taxes, but it's going to light you up inside. All right, step forward, Uttanasana, forward bend. Lengthen your spine, rise up with your breath, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Seek that. See if you can suspend disbelief and quiet your inner critic. And just tap into joy. Circle your arms, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, left leg back. Nice long lunge, squeeze your legs together. Hands can stay on the floor or lift arms to the sky. That's it. Back leg nice and strong, supporting you. Front knee bent over your ankle. Good. Exhale, hands down. We're going to bend and straighten again, but again, from the lift of the belly. So bring your awareness to your low belly and then start to lift your navel towards your spine. Start to lift your back towards the ceiling and let that pull you back and straighten your front leg. And then inhale, let the front knee bend. You can do a little arch here and stretch the front of the back, almost like a little cat and cow. And then exhale, a little bit of a cat spine, round up, pull your belly up and back. Inhale and bend again. And last one, hold. Press your back heel closer to the floor. Lift your belly a little more. Push your fingertips forward. Dome your belly back. Triangle pose. Turn out your left foot, left heel down. Right hand can stay on the floor, on a block, or up on your ankle. Both legs as straight as you can. Right leg straight, left leg straight. If you bent it a little to get into the pose, that's fine. But then work to try to straighten your leg, the front leg. That's it. Move your bottom shoulder back. Move your top shoulder back. I'm going to give you 2 and then see if we can get that leg a little straighter to get a little more hamstring opening in. Blocks are definitely not one size fits all. Okay, our top arm over your ear. Reach to the front of the room. Good. Stay there or pull up through your legs. Pull energy up into your belly. Hover with the bottom hand like you're holding that beach ball over your head. That's it. And then push to your feet. Come on all the way up. Cartwheel all the way back into reverse triangle. Lean back towards your back leg. And then stay leaning back. Bend your right knee. That's it. Still in a reverse warrior. So leaning back towards your back leg as the right knee is bending forward. One more breath here. Inhale, come on up. Cartwheel your hands down. Sorry, warrior 2, warrior 2. Thank you. Hold warrior 2. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Remind me. We would have been lopsided all day. It would have been terrible. I'm not even kidding. I mean, a little bit. I'm kidding. Okay. Front ribs back. Shoulders relaxed. Arms long. And we held it, didn't we? We held it for like a minute. Yeah, we got to hold it. Yeah. What's that? Days. Okay. Hands down. Spin up your back heel. Okay. Twist, right? Left hand down. Sorry, I lost my whole thing. Twist to the right, left hand down, right arm to the sky. Good. You can stay here. Whatever you're doing, grip your left fingers down into the mat. So like make your fingers do some of the work here. If you're coming to Vashisthasana, spin down your left heel. You could do a kickstand, right foot in front of the left knee. You could stagger your feet. You could stack your feet. Any side plank variation that works for you, or just stay in the lunge. Okay. Look forward. Step forward. Big step. Go. Nice. Very good, you guys. Downward facing dog. Okay, drop back into child's pose for a moment. Turn your palms to the sky, squeeze out the wrists if you need to do that. Just, yeah, give the wrists a little bit of a break. Circle them, squeeze them. Yeah. So as we come to some more challenging things, as we build towards the peak poses, maybe they're going to feel awesome and joyful and you're going to love it. Great. Do that, be there. And if not, act as if you have everything you need to be happy and successful, whether the pose happens or not, because you do. And really, does it matter if we can do the pose or not? I mean, nobody cares, right? All right, watch me for a second, look up. Here's the next move. You can do this with hands on the floor. If you have, so I have very long arms and a short torso. That makes this action a little bit easier for me because there's more clearance space. if you have shorter arms, you can put your hands on blocks for this. Okay, so here's the move, not super complicated. We're gonna go knee, so knee right underneath the hip, hands pressed down, and then it's just a lift straight up. So I'm not rounding, I'm not doing like a knee to nose thing. It's a really focused movement right here. Pelvic floor, navel to spine, front ribs up to back ribs. So it's just this. I'm looking forward, shoulders still pulling back. That's the move. Not complicated, not easy, but not complicated. Okay, come to all fours. Extend your left leg back behind you. Again, if you, it does make it a little easier hands on blocks. So if you know your core is not your strongest part, then hands on blocks might be helpful. Okay, press your fingers down, back knee off the floor, then hover your right knee. Look forward. As you exhale, lift your knees straight to your belly. And then hover it back down. You can tap it down if you're tired. Hover, pull it up and in. Look forward. Good. Lower it down, hover, pull it up, straight up. That's it. Good, you guys. And let it tap down. Do 2 more. Yep. Pull up, up, up. Round a little bit. Round a little bit. Good. Tap it down. Good. Last one. Lift. Okay. Back to table. Very good. Rest for a moment. Squeeze out your wrists if you need to. Circle, squeeze, stretch. Yeah. Okay, good. Same thing. Second leg. Right leg back behind. Toes tucked under. Finger pads gripping down. Hover your left knee. Good. Then straight up to your belly on the exhale. Look forward. Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Then hover it down. And then pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Push the floor away from you. And then tap it down. And then lift a little higher. Get as high up as you can. Lift, 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 lift. Good. Last 2. Lift it up and in. And last one. Okay, drop that knee down. Squeeze out the wrist. Okay. Find your way back to dog. And then we're going to come up to standing. We're not going to stay here too long. I'm going to walk forward and come up to stand. Lengthen your spine, come up, reach up. Okay, good. Release your arms. So I'm going to show you one thing so that when we get there, you're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Then you're going to know what I'm talking about. Okay. So we're going to do eagle. We're going to do a little eagle sequence. If balance is a challenge, you could do this with your back to the wall. So we'll have eagle arms. We'll have eagle legs. And then here's what I'm going to ask you to do. We're going to unravel legs. We're going to keep the arms. I'm going to give the side view. I'm going to ask you to lift your knee to your elbows without lowering your elbows. So again, it's that movement in the belly. You see that? So when I'm here, the knee is going to come to here. If I pull back in the belly, maybe I'm going to come a little closer. Okay, so that's the move I'm looking for, not this. Nothing wrong with doing that, but we want to just target that action in the belly, right? Okay, so let's do arms first. Cactus arms for eagle. Yeah, you can face front. You're going to want mat behind you. Yeah, face front. Okay, then wrap your right elbow under your left elbow. Yeah, if you got a stagger. Yeah, and if your shoulders are super broad, you can do a hug. You can do a single wrap. You could also just do this one if that's better for your shoulders. Okay, bend your knees, poke your hips back behind you. Shift your weight to your left foot. Cross your right leg over. That's it. Nice, good. Bend your standing leg deeply. Squeeze your legs together. If you need a kickstand, just take your right toes to the floor, or you can hover them, or you can hook them behind. Okay, good. Sit your hips down low. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your arms together. Okay, now keep your arms, stand up, knee up. That's it. Now, pelvic floor turned on. Abdominals turned on. Lift your elbow, your knee to your elbow. Lift, lift. Good. And then send the leg back behind. Warrior 3, float your leg back. Keep lifting your elbows away from the floor, resisting your belly away from your floor, resisting your back thigh away from the floor, your lifted leg. Okay, standing split, unravel your arms. Hands to the floor, leg to the sky. Nice. Work your belly a little bit more to bring you deeper into the forward bend. Okay, we're going to step back into warrior 1. Big step back. Land your heel. Make sure you've got space, either heels are lined up or a little bit of space right to left, so that as you come up, that right hip can turn towards the front of your mat. Bend your left knee. Inhale your arms to the sky. Good. Draw your pelvic floor up. Draw your low belly back. Draw your front ribs back. Now take your shoulders back, head back. Now wrap your arms back into eagle arms, right under left. Wrap them together. Look towards your thumbs. Maybe lean back a little bit more. Good. Inhale, come upright. Shift forward. Bring your weight to your left foot. And then float your right leg back up into eagle. Cross it over. Tap to the floor or hover or hook. Okay, now elbows towards the knees, but let your belly do the work. Pull your belly back. Pull your hips back. Pull your belly back. Pull your ribs back. Good. Inhale, come up. And unwrap. Roll out. Roll the other way. Yeah, do a little hula if you need to do a little hula dance. Okay. We need the air on. Are you guys hot? Yes? Okay. Sorry, I looked around. Everybody looks like they're dying. You gotta tell me. I'm not that I don't get warm. I get warmer now than I used to, but okay. Starting with the arms. Left arm under the right arm. Wrap. Whatever version you need to do of arms. That's it. Arms. Yeah, stretch your fingers towards the sky. This one, the palms are open towards each other. Okay, poke your hips back, chair. What leg is going over? Left leg. Left on top. Left leg over right leg. Squeeze your legs together. Sit into your pose for this first one, torso upright, shoulders back. Good, keep your arms, stand up, knee up, knee to elbows. Knee to elbows. Let the belly do the work. Knee to elbows. Okay, good. Then warrior three. Send it back behind you. Stretch it back. Extend your legs fully. Straighten your legs fully. Extend your spine as straight as you can. Good. Unravel your arms. Standing split. Any version of standing split that you like. Same thing we've been doing in all these forward bends. Push your fingertips forward. Dome your belly back. Find a little deeper fold. Big step back, warrior one. Again, either the heels line up or step that left foot a little more left. So as you come upright, the left hip can wrap around. The hip points can face towards the short edge of your mat. That's it. Arms to the sky. Bend deep into your right knee. Good. Lift your pelvic floor. Lift your low belly. Shoulders back. Ears back. Throat back. Left elbow under right elbow. Curl back. Back to eagle. Shift up and forward. Get steady on your right foot. Wrap your left leg up and around. Squeeze your legs together. Elbows to knees, belly does the work. Gravity can do it for you. Nothing wrong with that. It's okay. If that's where you're at, it's okay. But let your belly do a little bit of it at least. Pull the navel back to the spine. Good. Inhale, come up. And unravel. Good. Shake it out. Good. Good work. Okay. We're going to come down onto our backs. If you want to just lay down and come to your back, you can do that. If you want to do the hands-free version and work the hips and the abdominals a little bit, take zombie arms out in front of you. Send your hips way back. Not everybody's knees are going to like this or hips. So if you got to do it another way, that's totally fine. Back, 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 back. Reach your arms forward, 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 forward. Good. Let your butt find the floor. Gravity can do that work for you too. Legs up. Knees can stay bent here. Lift your chest. Stretch your arms as straight as you can. Okay, now dome your belly back. Round, round. One vertebrae at a time. Knees can be bent. Roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Good, and release. Okay, close your eyes. Deep breath in. Long exhale out. You know, often when you're stressed or something's heating you up a little bit, everybody says, take a deep breath. You know what? It's a good idea, but really, if you really want to do that, all you got to do is take a long breath out. That's the key. Long exhale. It's going to force you to take a deeper breath in. And and the exhale itself is calm the nervous system. So, all right, breathing tip of the day. All right, we're going to do some jackknife crunches here. Look up at me for a minute. I just want to show you something. So here's the thing with these. One knee is going to be in, the other leg is on the floor. If you've got this curve in your back, and sometimes we do it this way, it's just a different way of training the abdominals, but for our purposes today, I don't want your back off the floor. I want the ribs down and that posterior tilt of the pelvis. So as you lift up that leg, that should happen. And we're here and not here. Do you see the difference? So it's that. It's the same thing we've been doing. And now we have to, we're working, we're letting gravity help, but we've got to do the work there. Okay, so first one we're going to do is arms by our sides, and we're going to hold. If it's too much for your back to hover your left leg off the floor, you can just keep your left leg on the floor. All right, pull your right knee into your chest. Pull your back into the floor. And then wrap your hands around your knee. Take your nose and your knee towards each other. Pull your front ribs down towards the floor. Hover your left leg if you're hovering. Good. Now keep everything as it is. Stretch your arms by your sides. Breathe. On your next exhale, switch. Left knee in. Grab it with your hands. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Stretch the leg out. Release your hands. Hold. Good. Switch your legs. Just do the legs now. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in back to the floor. And then switch. Pull it in. Extend your right leg. And release. Good. Rest. And hug your knees and circle them. If that bothered your back, we're going to do one more round. I'm going to give some different options for this one. If that bothered your back, put your hands underneath your pelvis. You can do it with your hands under your pelvis. If it bothered your neck, roll up your blanket and put it underneath your head so your neck is not having to do so much of the work. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, we're going to do one more round, arms overhead. Right knee to chest. Round your spine to the floor, navel to spine. Left leg out straight. Curl your head and shoulders up. Yeah, you can do hands behind the head too. That works. Hold. Breathe. Switch legs. Hold. Breathe. Pull the knee in, pull the knee in, pull the knee in, pull the knee in, pull the knee in. Switch. Breathe. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Switch. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Good. Rest. Okay. Hold your knees, circle them around a few times, go one way, go the other way. And then extend your right leg to the ceiling, lace your fingers behind your right thigh. Extend your left leg to the floor. Good, then point and flex your right foot a few times. Point, flex, pull the toes back, stretch the toes to the ceiling, pull them back. Couple more. And then hold in the pointed position. Pull your leg in a little closer if that's available to you. Keep your leg straight. You can also walk your hands up your leg if you want to do it that way. Stay relaxed in your shoulders. Now flex your foot and hold it in the flex. Push your heel up, push your heel up, push your heel up. Okay, now bend your knee, right knee. Catch the front of your ankle and then roll to your left side. You can bend your left knee, roll onto your left arm, and take the right leg behind you for a thigh stretch. Pull the heel to your butt. Tone your belly. Tone your pelvic floor. You can stay here, or you can roll to your back into Ardha, Supta Ardha Virasana, head on your arm, toes on the floor. If that's too much for a knee or a hip, stay where you are. Either way, you're still getting a good thigh stretch. So top of your foot on the floor. Yeah, then stay on your side. That's fine. Just trying to give some options. If you're on your side, kick your knee back behind you a little bit more. Hug your heel more towards your butt. Everybody tone your belly. Tone your pelvic floor. If you're on your back, hold your ankle, roll back to your side. Good. And then release that leg. Switch legs, left leg to the sky. Lace your fingers behind your thigh, push your thigh into your hands, point and flex. Hold in the point. Bring the leg any amount closer. Again, you can walk your hands up your leg. Try to keep it straight or straight-ish. Flex, hold there. Shoulders relax, jaw relax, face relax. Bend your knee. Grab the front of your ankle. Roll to your right side. Rest your head on your arm. So bend up your right elbow. You can bend your right knee underneath you for balance. Hug your heel, left heel to left sit bone. Stay there or roll to your back for Supta Ardha Virasana, tucking the top of the foot to the floor. Your head can stay resting on your arm. You get a little shoulder stretch here too. If you're still on your side, move your knee back behind you. If you're looking for a little more stretch, hug your heel to your butt, your knee down and back. Tone your belly. Tone your pelvic floor. Keep doing it. Find that sense of conviction in your own wholeness and your own perfection, your own enoughness, worthiness. It's all there inside of you. All right, if you're on your back, hold your ankle, roll to your side, and then release your foot, roll to your back. Hug your knees to your chest. And then rock yourself up to seated. And we're going to work on that stepping forward into dog pose. So if this is something that happens fairly easily for you, great, good. You've got it. It's all good. You still got a lot of good ab work today. I'm going to challenge you to try to step really quietly. So we're going to put the whole thing together. We're going to do it progressively. So a couple of key things. Up on the tiptoes, do that lift in the belly, tap, and then we'll come back and up. And then tap a little more forward. And then back and up. And then you could use a little momentum here. This wrist can lift up, this wrist can lift up, and then you can step all the way up. So you're trying to step quietly. Now, here's another one you can do. You can step really wide. That's easier, right? So if it's hard to get your leg in like this for a number of reasons that could happen, go wide and then just heel toe it over. Or go to here. That's where you can get to. Use your hand. Any one of those things works. Let's try it. Come to dog. Does this make you sense? Questions? I know some of you are like, I can do that. I know you can. Try and do it quieter. Try and do it with more control, slower. That's the challenge. Okay, right leg up behind you. Good. Then come up on the tiptoes of your left foot. That's really key. Tiptoes. Give yourself more clearance. Okay, then bring your knee in, tap down. Good. Inhale, send it up and back. Exhale. Knee in forward, shoulders over wrist, tap down. Good. Go up and back again. Okay, make it count. Right wrist lift up, step wide, however you want to do it. Step all the way up quietly. Yes, that was very quiet. Nice, you guys. Okay, now quietly step back. Ooh, same thing. Pull your belly up and in. All right, that wasn't as quiet. I'm just kidding. You did great. Left leg up. Tap it in, knee to belly. Up and back. Tap it a little closer, shoulders over wrists, more like a plank. We did that. We were there already today. Good, stretch it up and back. Okay, do all of it. Step it all the way up quietly. Yes. Good, you guys. Okay, to step back more quietly, maybe come up on your fingertips. You can always use blocks. It's not a cheat. And try to lift your foot. Step it back. Okay, that was quieter. Good. Nice, you guys. Okay, drop your knees down. Good work. Come sit. So I know some of you do that all the time. We're going to sit with wide legs so you can face the long edge of your mat. And if it's something you do all the time, maybe you're doing it with a little more awareness and a little more biomechanical understanding of how and why we do that. And if it's something that's new to you and you're more, you tend to come more to the beginner classes, that is something that we do in the higher level classes where we're stepping forward and back a lot. So it's a good thing to practice. All right, reach down, roll your inner thighs down, take the flesh from under your sit bones, If your back feels very tight, if your hamstrings feel very tight, if it's hard to sit up tall, if you sit up on a blanket, it's going to make that a little easier for you. So you can always sit on a blanket. All right, press your fingertips down, lengthen your spine. Risha, if you want to do it with one knee bent and then do the other knee, that might be easier. You can prop a block under the knee if that's better. Okay, frame your right leg with your hands. Let's say frame your knee. I want your hands near your knee, if possible. Good. Now press into your right hand and twist to the right a little bit more. And then as you exhale, lean over the right leg a little more. And then twist a little more, push to your right hand, and then lean forward a little bit more. And then twist a little more to the right. You can take your left hand and catch the outer edge of your right leg or your right foot. Fold over the right leg. Keep your right hand where it is, not back behind you so that you can keep some length. Yes, right. So you keep some length in the right side body and you're not crunching into the side body. Okay, inhale, come up. Pause, center, long spine. Frame your left leg. Frame your knee. Walk forward a little bit, push into your left hand, twist, exhale, fold a little. Inhale, lengthen and twist, exhale, fold a little. And then again, just working with the breath. If you want to catch the outer leg or the outer foot with your right hand, you can do that, or you can just work right there, hands on the floor if that supports your back and your hamstrings. Good. Slowly inhale, bring yourself back to center. Plant your fingertips one more time. Make your sit bones heavy. Push your sit bones into the floor. Push your thigh bones. Push your heels down. And then hinge forward. So we've been rounding forward a lot. So do a hinging action now. Get a little more stretch into the hamstrings. Belly in between the thighs. You can go arms in front if that is helpful. And then keep going. And at some point, you'll feel your belly naturally dome. And as you feel that start to happen, tone your belly a little more. Pull your navel up away from the floor. Pull your ribs up and away from the floor. Let your head and your neck soften and release. Relax your face, your jaw, your eyes. Don't relax your legs. Keep them working a little bit. That supports your back. One more breath. Inhale. Come on, back up. Hold behind your knees and just slide your legs in. Come lay down onto your back. Have a block nearby. All right, let's do a supported bridge. So bend your knees, feet on the floor, hips up. Slide your block underneath your pelvis. Rest the center of your pelvis on the block, your sacrum, the base of your spine. Keep it flat on the block. So you might have to do a little tilt of your pelvis one way or the other to make it flat. Snuggle your shoulder blades together underneath you. Press your head down. Stay here or lift your feet above your hips for a modified shoulder stand. So act as if it's not fake it till you make it. There's nothing fake about it. There's no pretending you can do something when you actually can't. That's not good psychological advice, right? But what we can do is connect to that purnatva, that wholeness. We can act as if the universe is conspiring for everything good in our lives. We can act as if we have everything we need. We can act as if we have met every goal that we've wanted to meet, whether we have or haven't. And again, it's about the inner connection to what that brings us. So the more we make that connection, it's the whacking the path through the woods, you know. First time, it's really hard. It's hard to find your way, especially if you've been living in a different paradigm. But then once you found it, the second time gets a little easier. When you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, suddenly there's a clear trail. Slowly release your feet back to the floor. Lift your hips, slide your block to the side. Take any last cool downs you like. If you need a twist or you want to do a more active bridge or a wheel or just some windshield wipers, what will help your nervous system to settle as we move towards Shavasana. Finish up with a second side if you have a second side. And then find your way to Shavasana. Extend your legs, extend your arms. Make yourself really comfortable. If your neck is uncomfortable, flat on the floor, pull a blanket underneath your head. If your low back is uncomfortable with your legs flat on the floor, pull a blanket under your legs because life is hard enough. Make it easier. Let the pinky toes drop to the floor and let every toe relax. Relax the arches of your feet, the backs of your ankles, the backs of your knees, your calves. Relax your pelvic floor, your low belly. They did a lot today. As they relax, feel how the breath helps them to expand and contract naturally. And just allow for that expansion and contraction with breath, all the way into the low belly, the pelvic floor. Soften the upper belly, the ribs, every muscle between the ribs, all your intercostal muscles, let them relax so the ribs relax. Let your collarbones feel broad and heavy. Let the tops of your arms release into the floor. Your forearms, your hands. Relax every finger. Relax your neck and your head, the skin on your face, your eyes, your tongue, your jaw. As the body relaxes deeply, let your awareness sink below the surface into the quiet depths of your being, where it's peaceful, calm, where you have everything that you need.
Mary Oliver wrote, I worried a lot. Will the garden grow? Will the rivers flow in the right direction? Will the earth turn as it was taught? And if not, how shall I correct it? Was I right? Was I wrong? Will I be forgiven? Can I do better? Will I ever be able to sing? Even the sparrows can do it. And I am, well, hopeless. Is my eyesight fading, or am I just imagining it? Am I going to get rheumatism, lockjaw, dementia? Finally, I saw that worrying had come to nothing and gave it up and took my old body and went out into the morning and sang. Let your breath get a little deeper. Your awareness rise back into your body to the surface. And as you're ready, bend up your knees. Find your way to your side. And all the way to seated. In the eyes of God or the universe or consciousness or whatever your preferred term is, you are wonderful just as you are. You are deserving of the best that life has to offer. You are not deficient in any way, regardless of anything that you are feeling like you are lacking in your life. When we do joy for the sake of joy, when we play for the sake of play, we open up to that energy because love, abundance, all the energies you're seeking, they're already there, just waiting to be tapped into more consistently. The more you feel them, the more you connect to them, the more your reality mirrors that back to you in beautiful and wondrous and magical ways. Bring your hands together in front of your heart with reverence for each other, for yourself, for this practice, for our beautiful studio and yoga. Let's chant one Om together. Deep breath in. Namaste. Happy play day, everyone. Go play, have fun, have a great day, great week. Hear everything, all the good things. Bye, Zoom friends. Thank you so much.
Bye. Goodbye.
Good to see you all.